Welcome to the University of Maine at Fort Kent. This is April 29th, 2025, and we're here to visit with one of the St. John Valley's well-known artists, Gert Thibodeau, who has an exhibit of her recent paintings here in the Blake Library Gallery. The Juanita Blake Library is the hub of the University of Maine at Fort Kent's campus educational resources, and also includes the Acadian Archives and the Juanita Blake Library Gallery. Although the current weather outside is overcast and gray, you will see that Gert's artwork is bright and alive with deep colors. The name of her exhibit is Couleurs de la Vallée, and when translated into English, is the colors of the valley.
Good morning. I'm Gert Thibodeau from Fort Kent, Maine. Was born in Clare, New Brunswick, Canada. I've been an artist since the age of, I can say 10, because I started drawing at 10 years. I would see a little picture and I would have to draw it. I started teaching children in 1982, I think. I've been teaching 40 years I've been teaching children. I started them, some of them are 3 years old and up. Had classes at let's see, 6, 7 years old up, different classes, teenagers, and then I started teaching adult education, and I've been teaching in 6 different schools. Some days I would be giving 4 different classes at different locations, and I had a great time doing that. I loved and I learned still doing it, and I'm happy that I've been able to do that. The life story of painting continues, and I still love to paint the nature everywhere.
Now, Gert, how would you describe your artist's work, your paintings? These are all paintings that we're seeing today. How do you describe them? What are you trying to show in a painting? The colors, the background, or what's your goal in a painting?
In my painting, I like to show a lot of color, bright, something that attracts the people's feelings. I want them to feel where they are, I want them to feel like they're in the painting. And the colors, the light is the key in all the paintings. The 3 dimensions, you have to have perspective, a lot of perspective to be able to feel like you can enter in the painting. The bright colors is my life. I see colors, even though I see a picture, a landscape or something that has no color, I can put the colors in there. I can add the colors, because any artist can do that. I see light in everything that I see. I mean, see light in all nature and everything. So light is the key in brightness in paintings. I had an exhibit at the university, and Miss Sophia Burton, the gallery executor, had asked me to bring my paintings for a show this year. And then the president came by with another friend, Miss Deb, president of the university, and she says, "Holy boys, I love your paintings. I want you to have an exhibit in Art Blake Gallery." So here I am. I started in the first week of March, and then they wanted me for April, and here I am, still almost all done in May, and I'll be here until the end of May. And 3 months exhibiting, and I sold a few too, so it's beautiful. I like to touch people's heart with my paintings and my own feelings, so it's great. It's beautiful. I appreciate that.
So today we're going to see the paintings that are here at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Maybe we can spend a few minutes at each of the painting and you can tell us about it.
Yeah, most of them represent the valley. It's a picture that I've taken either the valley or somewhere where I've been on a trip, or somewhere in a vision of some places too. So yeah, we can do that. I feel that each painting has a story, and it opens the heart. It opens your heart when you look at it, because there's so much to tell about each painting. But I won't do a whole big story on each, but everything is represented in each painting. Actually, this one is St. John Valley, titled. It's Fort Kent on Station Hill, right before the hospital. If you can see the Skito, Lonesome Pine, the church, and the old NBNA building. And here, there would be going down to the Fort Kent town. Here, this is Bellon Hill. This is down at town of Fort Kent, and the old international bridge, and a lot of colors on this. I paint the background all easy, cool and soft, and then I use my palette knife, and I add a lot of paint on to show perspective and bright light and on each branches, so you can see more details. When there's a good light on it, there's a lot of details in it. So that's the St. John Valley. This one is chose this one because of the bright sky that I had to paint that when I saw that picture. I have to give the credit to Chris Michaud, the photographer. He lives in Saint Agathe, I think. He's an amazing photographer. We have the on the left would be the Fort Kent Custom House, and on the right would be the Canadian side, the border. And a snowmobile, everybody loves snowmobiles, so I don't know who they are, but they're having fun in the snow. This is Mount Katahdin. It's full of colors also. It's a fall scene, and if you see the light coming from the right, you can't miss that. There's a lot of perspective and a lot of bright light, and it's sold. If you can see, this sign says sold. So I sold it to a friend in Fort Kent. This is the world-class biathlon that happened in Fort Kent 2004, and it still continues. And I think this picture represents the shooters right here, and represents a building where they all meet and perform, and it still goes on. It's still on. This is actually it's an older picture, but it's my very favorite. Had prints made of it, and it shows a lot. There's been a lot of change since then. The cannon is not there, and there's been a lot of repairs and that, but it's been one of my favorite because, I don't know, the perspective, the light coming from the left, and I just love that painting. It's a Fort Kent blockhouse. This one is our artistry gallery in Fort Kent, downtown. We used to be like 10 members from local and out of town a bit too. We had it going for quite a few years, and then some of the people left and went away. But on this picture, you can see the First Citizen Bank at the end, and then a Sheer Perfection. This was vacant. Our gallery, that day we decided, okay, nice beautiful day, we're all going outside and we're all painting the town. So I was painting the town that day, and I decided to sit right. I did my old sketch. It took a couple days to work on that for sure. I finished it at home. It's a lot of colors to be added. We loved being there. It was so amazing. A lot of people from everywhere would come see us. But sadly, we had to close because there was not enough people who wanted to work and stay there. So, but sweet memories. This painting has a lot of meaning, a lot of feelings, emotions, and after losing my son, at times I'd paint, and I would feel like, am I crazy? Am I? Because I saw like dark, and then there's joy, and there's hope. There's so much feelings in the sky. I did have a hard time doing it, but then it was a pleasure for me to represent my emotions in that painting. It also represents the International Bridge, of course, and the trail, because my son used to like four-wheeling, and this is the ATV trail. That's the main road. That's the Fort Kent, downtown Fort Kent. And the sky is reflected in the river, also, St. John Valley River. My title is Downtown Fort Kent International Bridge, but the most attracting thing about it is the sky, because there's a lot of feelings, like almost crazy. Sometimes our mind is almost crazy, because even through the pain, you see light, you see joy, you see hope. Dedicated this one to my son, and you know what? This one is the first painting that I sold here, sold to a young student here at UMFK, which gave me the greatest pleasure. I don't know the boy, but I'll have to get to know him more, because he's going to pick up his painting soon, and I love this painting. I never thought, this is one of my most recent also. This is Main Street, Fort Kent. Everybody knows that area. It's right downtown. So the business on that side of the road. Here I'm going to start with the sky. I know I have a few skies that looks like that, and I have a lot of compliments for that. They say, why do you paint the sky like that? You would see it actually sometimes, but very rarely. To me, it's the flow, the wind brings from life goes on. To me, that's like it represents life goes on. And this is the beginning. This is a spring photo painting, and it represents a lot of emotions in there, like in the old settlement with more vibrant colors. The madame inside that just washed her clothes, hanging on the line. These kids are having fun. This one always reminds me of my oldest son, Steve, with curly hair. He had the most curly hair. The cherry blossom trees, of course you can add as much as you want, because when they bloom, when they blossom, they're amazing. It's fresh because it's just starting to lose a little bit, but the title is Joie de Vivre, which is the joy of life, and they're happy. Spring is coming, winter's done. Here the birds are having fun, teasing the waves, and who's going to get there first, and just a peaceful spot. This one has a little bit of story. It's actually a real photo that I found, and the colors just attracted me to the max. I had to just paint it and go crazy with it. I know I try not to use the small brushes, but this one needed it. There's a lot of details in there. But it's the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, and when I brought my husband and his friend that both went to Vietnam, they were on a ship for 3 weeks, and they had to cross under that bridge, and they both stared at that painting so much when they came. I took pictures of them. They were amazed by the way I captured the bridge. And they said, oh, all they could say, remember, do you remember we went right underneath that, right underneath here? They kept pointing there, oh my God, souvenirs of about 50 years ago, if not more. So it's an amazing picture of everybody knows where that is, so the Golden Gate Bridge. This one's capturing a little bit of here and there from different visions, where this is where I'd like to be today, but it's a sunset, and it captures a lot of vibrant, bright colors. And there's light in every painting that I do. There's a lot of light. And this one shows a lot of perspective on the waves also. And colors are amazing, and it's called Paradise. This is a Fish River Falls. That's about about a half a mile from my home. Everybody that comes from different cities, they come and see. Everybody has to see that place. It's so amazing. It's loud and the waves are strong. And I had painted that like the photo that I had, and it was just gray. Well, of course, the sky was blue. It was gray, green, and blue, and I was not happy with it. So I decided it's going to be a fall scene. So here came the colors. A lot more of yellow, orange, and cadmium, and even the rocks captured the light of that reflects in the water also, and a lot of movement in there. You want to be there. So it's called the Fish River Falls in Fort Kent. It's on Airport Road. This is Allagash Falls, and that is actually from a real photo that I had. And of course, there was not much light on it, and I decided to add a fall scene to it. And it made a whole big difference. I'm pleased with the colors, which is reflected on the rocks and on the water. And there's a lot of perspective in the rocks. You can almost feel the rocks just looking at it. Yeah, it's the Allagash Falls. This is in Eagle Lake, Maine, Route 11, Fort Kent. It's one of the most, probably most traveled and most admired route in Fort Kent, well, from Fort Kent to Eagle Lake. It's the most colorful because it's full of, in the fall, it's the most beautiful. All the trees are colored. All the trees are full to the max. And I captured the sunset also, which matches the colors. And my son, who is now gone, had asked me, because he would travel that on his job, traveling that road for his work with his big truck, chip trucks, whatever. He would tell me, you should paint that, Mom. It's the real nicest road we have around the area. And every time I go by there, I keep thinking, Mom, you should paint that. So right after he passed, a year after, last year, I said, okay, this is it. I'm painting it, Jay. Here's for you. And there's a lot of emotion in there also. And that too is, it's almost scaled to the max. There's no mistake in the road. The road is exactly like that and everything, perspective and everything. It's once I'm done with the basic on that, I use my palette knife. And if you see more light on it, you would see the thickness of each tree. The palette knife added a lot of structure, a lot of addition to the leaves. It's like a beauty. With the light on that, it makes it, here there's not much light, that's why I'm saying that. So here it is, Moje. It's sold also to a local doctor. So I'm proud of it, proud of the painting. This one is called God's Creation, and there's a reason for it. Riding four-wheeler, and we were at that place, and then it started getting dark. I was wondering, is it going to rain or something? So the darkness on top shows out that, yeah, it's getting later, and maybe something's going on. But then all of a sudden, this light came out of this big dark cloud. Oh, I said, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. And then all the rays shows that you can see all the rays showing that it's touching all the trees, it's touching the earth, it's touching everything. It was an amazing sight, and with a lot of perspective. You see, this must have been like in Canada, and this is on this side. There's a lot of perspective in there, and I was amazed to see the colors. It's like when we got there, I didn't see much colors. All of a sudden, that bright light, and then I saw, oh my God, that is God's creation for sure. Look at that. It's a fall scene with true colors, bright, vivid colors. This is Maid of the Mist in Niagara Falls. We had been on the Maid of the Mist, right, on this boat, and it goes right in the mist. And of course, I wanted to paint where we had been, and it's just such a beautiful sight with a lot of perspective. I had another one too that with the rocks here. The rocks are colorful and just amazing. It's just a beautiful place to visit, and if you go, you need to go and on that boat, whatever it is, Made of the Mist. That's in the daytime, though. This is Niagara Falls at night time, and it's the most beautiful sight. So nice. They have lights shining from far away, big spotlights far away, that keeps changing from different colors, yellow, green, blue, red, purple. It's just so amazing and it changes all the time, and it goes in the mist also. So I couldn't capture the whole thing about it. You can see the moon on the left side, and it's really nighttime, and it's the reflection of those lights are on the rocks here on that side, the horseshoe. This is the horseshoe, and it's so beautiful that I could not go back to the motel. I sat there and I took pictures and pictures, and the company I was with wanted to go back to the motel. I said, no, I'll go, I'm staying. It's just not just a photo it's amazing. Like the colors change all the time, and it's beautiful nighttime. Yeah. This is also the Fish River Falls, Fort Kent. Like I say, it's just about half a mile from my house. I can walk from my house to there. This is I think a spring time. I can play with the colors as much as I want, but if you look at the rocks, look at it captures all the colors from the trees and the surrounding, the water, and you see all the colors that surrounds it on the rocks. And the water flow from here going there, and then and the sky is people love that kind of sky. This is kind of a figurative style. This is using a big brush, and when I say figurative, I don't paint close by. I stay away from my brush. It's like probably a foot and a half away to the sky, and I start with the basic. First of all, the basic is painting the whole canvas in a dark sienna color. As soon as that's dry, that's an acrylic that dries fast, you start adding your colors. You start with the sky. You always start with whatever is in back coming towards you. And this one, I'd like to capture all the natural colors as much color as you can. You can cheat a little bit, but it's all in your vision, and you'll just want to cheer the person who's going to look at it. And a few details added, not just with the big brush, because if you see the big pine here, of course that's not made with a big brush. But the rocks are done with a palette knife, capturing all the colors. And actually, this is one of my favorite, and my latest one. It's my latest painting. I sold it to the University of Maine, Fort Kent, the president, Miss Deb, and she's very happy and anxious to pick up her painting. I'm proud to have that painting in her home. This one is called Heavenly Blues. It's also a figurative, because you can see the sienna basic on it. I start with the basic. The sienna gives it more perspective. You see sienna here and there in the painting. It gives it more perspective and dimensions. I have a lot of feelings in this one because it's after my son's death. And you see I started the darkest spot on the sky on top. And then I think, oh my God, I have to add some colors here. I was in the blues, that's for sure. But I know my son is at peace in heaven. And I almost see his face somewhere in there. I don't know why, but I almost see his face right here. I don't know, I didn't do that on purpose. I almost see his face. You see that? And then the highlights creates more depth and dimension also. This is all done with the whole big paint brush from here on. That's how far I paint that. The composition is like a 3D also. It's like, at one time I felt, oh my God, he's gone. Shoo! You know, I don't know, it was a time where the palette knife would do more than my brush, and I prayed the whole time I did that painting because I needed strength, but I needed to represent it for my son. Heavenly Blues, that's what it is, my Jay. This is Old Orchard Beach. Almost everybody knows where that is, and vacation land and that. Captured the sunset also, which makes the light, the reflection of the light on the water so much vibrant and excites the viewer. I've made a few of those and sell them right away because almost everybody, it's a famous place, and just captured the dark sky and then a lot of light, and all the buildings, the restaurant and everything are detailed. That scale to the max, and there's no mistake in there. The light is where it is, and I love the reflection. A lot of people like the green reflection of that last restaurant there. It's makes the painting more amazing. So, Old Orchard Beach. Fraîcheur du Ruisseau. This one is done also with the figurative style. First of all, the background is all sienna, dried up, and then I start with a lot of vibrant colors because, of course, it's a fall scene, and the brook is very calm, and there's a lot of serenity in there. It's peaceful, and the reflection is just shows that the colors are reflected everywhere. It's just a peaceful spot in the fall. It's all done with the biggest brush, no small strokes, probably on the rocks a little bit, but I'm away with my brush, like over than a foot away with my brush, and all you have to know is how to use your complementary colors. You see the orange and the blue and the yellow and the purple and the red and the green. It's all complementary, and there's a lot of value in that painting. Calm, peaceful. I felt good that day. I have to give credit to Chris Michaud also, the photographer. This is, I think this is one of my favorite also, because a lot of emotion in that, a lot of beauty of God's creation. It's a St. John River, and it's taken in back of the Christian Life Center in Frenchville, and I was just amazed when I saw the photo. I saw, I got to do this, and Chris hasn't seen it, but I want to show it to him sometime. I love the colors in there, the values, the perspective and structure of everything. It's just the coolest spot. God's creation again, I guess. But the title is the St. John River Valley, Frenchville, Maine. It's all in the valley. Yes, first of all, I'd like to thank Don Raymond for taking his precious time, as always, to come and video my exhibit before the closing at the end of May. And I'm honored to have a chance to admire and represent our beautiful valley, which is always full of colors, no matter whatever season we are in. There's always beauty in the nature. I appreciate those who bought paintings, and I will continue my journey painting and exploring, and just having fun doing my own little thing again. Thank you for listening, and hope you appreciate the video and all of it. Thank you, Dawn.